Alrighty, I will call the Public Works Committee meeting for Wednesday, May 1st. So call to order to that, roll call. We have a quorum, everybody's here. I will make the motion to approve the agenda and the March 27th minutes.
Second.
We have first and a second, any discussion on any of that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, good to go. Public comments. Now you're quiet. I got nothing for chairperson comments. 7.
Number 7, we had our bids come in for the Second Street project between the Bunker and Monroe Avenue. We had 5 bids. That's all through Quest Engineering, and the low bid on this project was Earth Incorporated at $514,570.83. Looked at all their documents, made sure there wasn't any issues, quantities and subs and things like that. And I would bring for you guys to approve Earth Incorporated for this project.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We got a first and second. Any discussions or questions?
Just what did we end up, what were we thinking that was gonna be about 600,000?
600 is what we.
So this is actually about 75 less,
This is the
and everything was equal, apple to apple, or?
Yeah, like I said, we looked everything over, the subs, Giles and Concrete will be doing the sidewalk and the curb and gutter. Earth will be doing all the dirt work and pipe work. We've used them before on 4th Street from Harrison all the way to Bunker about 4 or 5 years ago. Local company out of Auburndale.
And it was blind bid, right?
Yes.
Any other discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor of to approve the Second Street Road project bid from Earth Inc. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that motion passes. Update on Highway 5473 road project.
So everything is on track from what they go. I go to Tuesday meetings. Haven't seen any big concerns. We had some signage we changed up. Speed limits, added a few on the Bunker and on 4th Street, added a few truck signs, just to make sure everybody's aware no trucks can be on Seneca and Port Road. That way, if there's tickets issued, there's plenty of signs and warning out there. The project itself is on track. They're gonna start a curb and gutter this morning and all the way up to Seneca Road, and then they're gonna keep working from Bruner Avenue to the south. With the weather the next 2 days, it probably won't be till Monday. So they're gonna keep working side curb and gutter down to Latender Avenue here the next 2 weeks, and go back up to the north end and start working their way back. The mill's scheduled to come in the 20th of May and start out on County Road G and work its way into town, milling and paving. And then completion of July 1 still. So there's no concerns with the village. Like I said, we're out there every day making sure there's nothing that they're affecting with our water, sanitary, or storm sewer. Other than that, it's the DOT project. Any concerns from the residents really need to get relayed back to the DOT, which, like I said, people can contact me, then I'll get them which direction they need to go to if they have concerns on the road project.
Okay. Any questions?
Just, I guess, were you guys able to take down some of the ash trees, the dead ones that were there? Are you still working on it, or?
No, so last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, we were able to take down all the dead trees all the way across there.
So they're gone.
Yep, so everything's down. We ground all the stumps out, and that project is completed.
Okay. Update on summer projects.
So kind of, I gave, you look through your packet, did send out last week, just more information for you guys. I'll kind of go through it quickly, just for the new members that haven't seen everything. I guess the first one is the 2024 project list. You look at the roads and street maintenance, that's our budget line, that we got about 123,000 in it roughly. That's your wheel tax and your general money for road repairs. So if you look at this year, well, we're gonna do a lot of chip sealing. Basically, all the subdivisions are gonna get chip sealed this year. Starting at 7th Street, working all the way to Pleasant View. We also did add a few, if you guys remember, we had a across the river fund that we're doing some chip seal in Nepco Lake, and we brought the rest of the funds over to also chip seal the road. You see our normal crack filling comes out of there, and our road paint It basically brings us to 103,780. Obviously, we still have other things, patch material, gravel, odds and ends that come out of this budget, so we're not spending the budget 100%. We're still leaving a $15,000 buffer in there just to make sure we can get odds and ends done out of the roads and street maintenance budget. We moved down below. We had a couple unfortunate water main breaks this year. We're gonna be getting those paved here in the next couple weeks. Just the estimates what those projects came into. The one on 4th Street, Spring Hill, Pleasant View and Brentwood, we got some broken water valves we're gonna be digging up, fixing and repaving around those before we do our chip seal on that. So those will come out of the water department budget. Again, like I just talked about that planning fund, just kind of did updates so you guys knew where that was at. Nepco Lake chip seal and then the Westport chip seal. And then our 400 account roads and streets. We're gonna be replacing alleyway between Island, Latender Avenue with the road construction. Come on, it's a great time to repave that alleyway. Since American's gonna be right here, they helped us out. We're gonna be paving that alleyway and adding some storm sewer. The reason we have such pavement issues in that alleyway is because there's no storm sewer. So we're gonna have a storm sewer and then repaving that on top of there, and that'll come out of the 400 account. Which, again, we talk about that every year, that balance is definitely getting down there. I think it'll be a balance about $40,000 left when we get through from this year. We didn't put anything in it in 2024 budget.
Is that the alleyway by Craters?
Yep.
Okay.
So then we have.
So that pooling water will be taken care
Yep,
of?
we're gonna be putting a storm sewer in there and then digging it out to Levine and adding it into the main pipe which goes to the river.
Why is the Spring Hill water main break so expensive compared to the other ones?
We had 2 water main breaks up there, one in each end.
Okay.
So there's 2 different patches up there. Unfortunately, it's in a turning lane, so we had to remove quite a bit of blacktop.
And you had a third party on that one, right?
What's that one?
You had Schrader's on that one, didn't you?
Yes, I mean, we had a pretty big hole up there. That was the one we went to shut the water by lawns. We snapped 2 more water valves up in the north end and then we shut a valve and the valve busted, so. It is a
But the
pretty
other
big
ones
patch.
are cheaper because you didn't have.
No, we're gonna do that in-house. Yep, they're just smaller.
Yep.
5x5 patches, a couple of each.
The life of a chip seal, are we doing that every 5?
We try to, I mean, you know, we try and do it every 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, the cul-de-sacs, if you drive through them, some of those are getting pretty iffy. We're gonna do some patchwork and then try to get a chip seal coat on to try to last them as long as we can.
Yeah.
There's definitely some that are probably in the edge of their lifetime, but we're gonna try to do whatever we can to get in there 5 years out of them, you know, and then obviously look into the future, what we're gonna do with some of those cul-de-sacs and long streets, 7th and 8th.
The only reason I ask is because Nepco Lake Road, that had to be. I'd be pushing 5 years.
Yeah, it's going, it's actually be 6 this July is when we did it.
Okay.
So
But that wasn't chip seal, that was asphalt.
that was when we milled off 1.5 inches and put on 2 inches there. The problem with that one, it doesn't get a lot of sun. So unfortunately, you get a lot of water that doesn't evaporate and all of a sudden gets underneath the blacktop and pops it out. So
Anybody else have any other questions?
again, the rest of the stuff, you know, we don't really need to go through it right now. It's more just for reference for new members. I mean, obviously, we have a equipment plan that goes out to 2038. You know, these numbers in the right hand are accurate that Diane put in there. What our balances are, you know, we've talked about budget time, putting $100,000 in 110 gets us into buying equipment without borrowing money. That's kind of what the purpose of this program is. But I guess there's not really any questions at this point. Obviously, we got the loader for this year, so that's already purchased. And then next year, we're looking at a pickup truck and a 0-turn. So if there's any questions on that, I can go over. Otherwise, we'll just more for your reference.
When's the loader get here?
Loader's already here.
Or-
Loader's been here since first of April.
How's your truck running? Cause I think we pushed it back twice now, didn't we? So actually, we were gonna replace your truck 2 years ago.
We've got it for 2025 if it's in the budget. So getting a lawnmower and a truck this year. But again, he's gonna come to the budget if we can, you know, find a way to put 100,000 in the 400 account. So. Any questions on that? Jen, that's probably new to you. But it's basically, you know, lays up buying vehicles, suckers, lawnmowers, anything to do with public works without borrowing money. If we can find a way to put it in there. Something we've had for many years and it works if we can find a way to make it work. The next one is a 10-year capital improvement plan. Again, this is just kind of the streets and the roads, what we do, what we want to do, what we hope to do. Obviously, if you look at 2024, the TIF has been good to us. It supports a lot of projects, and it's going to support some more. But getting in after 2025 and 26, you know, you just seen the quote come in at $500,000 to do a section of road. It's obviously, I put some increase every year. You know, you're looking at, you know, 600 to 700 over the next few years trying to do a section of road, which, you know, we'll discuss as we move on. If we're gonna borrow, if we're gonna try to keep putting money into 400 account, what we want to do moving forward. Any questions on that? Then the last piece you got is just our chip seals. Again, that was based on a wheel tax income, which we're not quite to the 50,000. We're crowding it. I don't know exact figure right now. But if you look at it, you know, 2024, running the cul-de-sac subdivisions next year, catching some more roads. You know, this has us out basically another 5 or 6 years of chip seal, trying to spend 50,000 this year. It's definitely more if we're doing all the subdivisions, but obviously the thought is that basically the wheel tax money goes to chip sealing. That way every taxpayer that pays for it, we're putting on roads that they'll travel and use. That's the information I gave you. Couple other updates. Our summer help are in the process of getting their physicals, drug tests and things like that to start work as soon as they're available. School or other priorities. So they'll be starting. Summer projects are in full swing with our crew. We'll be doing our normal, you know, mowing we can the shoulders and doing shouldering of the roads coming up pretty soon. Anywhere there's gravel, we'll be shouldering those roads up. We're obviously gonna be doing the removal of the blacktop, the one road project. We have a couple other little alleys we're gonna be adjusting, the one behind the coffee shop. Be a little bit of blacktop removal there. So, and then the stump removal, I just called diggers today. We're gonna start grinding some stumps from at least do all the subdivisions where the chip sealing is going, because I do not want us to chip seal and then we take that grinder in there next year, he turns and we tear up that chip seal. So all the subdivisions are gonna get, stumps are gonna get ground and black dirt before we do any chip seal. Otherwise, we'll just defeat the purpose. So that's gonna be our first concentration. And then we'll probably bring more details to you guys in that, where the budget is come June on the stump removals and what we can do to try to get the rest of those stumps removed this year.
Are we hiring that out or are you renting a grinder?
So we had the guy come and he grinds them and then we do all the removals and the black dirt and things. We looked in the machine, liability, what they charge to do that, I just don't think it's worth getting into.
Yeah.
We put a stone through somebody's window, somebody's car, because we're out there chip sealing, brings a whole nother liability issue in. So it's the cost of them guys come and grind it, we go through and do the cleanup is definitely, I think, the best decision. Other than that, my last thing is if you guys all remember some more information, we have that Wood County fund that we talk about every year. Basically Wood County, it gives the village $5,000 per budget cycle. You can either roll it over, use it for a road project, which is a 50-50 match. Our balance of now is 24,000. I like, you know, I guess my plan is to roll this 5,000 over, get us to whatever 29,000. Next year, as we all know, the bunker from Brentwood to Fish Street is gonna need to be milled and repacked blacktop. And I'm guessing we're gonna have to dip into this next year to try to get that piece fixed. It's kind of, we've been saving money with the county because a 50-50 grant for that project. So I'd like to roll over one more year and next year really look at getting that last piece of a bunker milled and paved.
You gotta fix that. Isn't there an issue right there by Ripple? With the seeping down or something right there.
We've got a culvert pipe that runs underneath Ripple Creek to the thing. We've televised it. Again, we've gotten, you know, is it shot? It's not 100% shot. Is it gonna be shot? Yes. But the line, that's probably gonna be the cheapest thing to do. I mean, to dig that road up and replace that, you're in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So
I just don't want you to run new pavement over
Yeah.
top and then have to cut into it like.
So
we've
we'll
done in other spots.
do is we'll have somebody run their camera through it this summer and give us a thought of what they can do, if they can line it, what they can do. And that will come next year for a price with that. But yes, a pipe, it's a galvanized pipe that runs underneath Ripple Creek pond to pond. And the top is rusted away. The bottom's gone, the top is slowly starting to rust away. So. We'll
There
definitely,
used to be a cast pipe underneath there, wasn't it?
it's always been galvanized, the old galvanized Ripple pipe. So me and Del were in it years ago. We crawled from one end to the other and the bottom was shot and the top was still holding it in, but. So we'll bring some information on that before we do that project. Otherwise, that's all I have, unless you had any questions.
Any questions?
No.
No? Old business?
The UWSP, did they do their
So I have.
survey?
I just got that email today. It's gonna be next week, Monday at 1 o'clock is gonna be the presentation at UWSP. So I just got that today from Robert. So I'll send that over to probably all board members tonight, if anybody doesn't want to attend that. But it is next week, Monday at 1 o'clock at UWSP.
I think Lon should attend that since he was the chairman during that
Well,
time.
I will try.
I'll definitely attend it.
I think it will help us as far as grant writing, that we have this done, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, yeah, right here, so. Whenever I let them know, students and management presentation will be on May 6th at 1 o'clock at room 320. So, yes, I mean, it definitely, good information towards the grant that's coming up. So we'll include that in the grant. Jairus and I are still working to get the final touches on the forestry urban grant, which will hopefully help with the grinding of the stump grinding, replacement of some trees that we've taken down over the years, especially with the ash borer disease. And so it was definitely a good program.
Yeah, I'll see if maybe we can write together.
Yeah, let me know. Like I said, I'll send out to everybody here tonight. I just got this afternoon.
I gotta work. John's gotta work.
You don't have vacation time?
I gotta work too, thanks.
You don't have vacation time? This is important.
I don't.
I like
so-
you, I like, you to see the
I'll
whole
bring back the
project.
information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other old business? I will say that it's a great program. I mean, I saw those guys out there
Mhm.
looking at trees and stuff like that, and it's a no cost, right?
Yep, no cost to village.
No
so
costs. I mean, it's
Definitely.
putting
benefit
more
for us.
eyes on different things, it frees up you guys' time and Juris's time and all the other stuff, so. It's been a great service. Any new business? Correspondence?
Nothing in email, just I know I got a lot of comments on the Arbor Day thing down at Ripple, so thank you, Ben, for doing that and supporting our school and getting to do that too.
Nice job. Agenda items for next meeting. We'll probably have an update on 54.
Yeah, 54 will be, by then we'll be milling and the paving. I'll have a better timeline for everybody. And then, our summer projects, our chip seal will have a better time. We're talking mid-July right now, but that changes every day. So I'll have a better idea to let you guys know when the work's gonna be happening in town.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else for anybody? Now, to schedule the next meeting. This is the first, when's our board meeting, 14th?
Mhm.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's baseball season, so we got a lot of stuff going on. but,
Okay.
I'm curious to see what times are available for you guys. I'll see if I can make it work. It doesn't matter to me, and to be honest, I don't care if it's on a repeating schedule every month, or if we just want to take it month to month. I guess I'd rather at the meeting set the date, whatever that
What
date
is Wednesdays fine with you? I mean, like,
Wednesdays is fine with me, because that used to be Fireman's Day, and it's early release. So they don't schedule anything as far as practices because of
I mean,
CCD and stuff.
like the 29th or even the 5th of June.
Maybe the 29th.
You can do the 29th.
I mean, is the 5th of June too close to the board meeting probably?
I say we do it on the 29th. Now, what time works for you? Is 4 o'clock too early? Is it too,
4 works for me.
Works for
I
me,
don't know
but
if it works. how it
doesn't,
works for you,
I really
Jen.
don't.
Can we do 4:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once summer hits, then it doesn't matter, but. sometimes I get
okay,
stuck.
so we'll schedule the next meeting at May 20. Does that work for you, Ben?
Yep, absolutely.
That work for you, Carrie? May 29th at 4:30 will be the next public portion. Does anybody have anything else before we adjourn? Without any objection, I adjourn the meeting at 4:20.